Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear students, welcome to Swayam Prabha. Course title Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry 2. Lecture title Aromatic Amines. Module number 2, lecture number 6. This course, it is as per Pharmacy Council of India, New Delhi, and it is useful for B Pharma students of second year. Name of course coordinator, myself, Mr. Damak Vikrant Murlidhar, affiliated to Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Name of academic expert, Dr. Sunil V. Amrutkar. Project name, DTH Swayam Prabha, sponsored by MHRD, New Delhi. So let's see firstly and learning outcomes of this session. So this session, it is related with aromatic amines. So learner will be able to understand concept of basicity about aromatic amines and effect of substituents on aromatic amine. So effect of substituent. So two types of substituent we will see: electron withdrawing and electron donating effects. After that, learner will be able to understand method of preparation and reactions of aromatic amine. Learner will be able to understand various uses of aryl diazonium salt. So it is one of an example of an aromatic amine, and it is utilized for lot many purposes in synthetic chemistry. So let's see the contents of this session. So firstly, we will see introduction to aromatic amines and basicity of aromatic amines. After that, we will see effects of substituent on basicity and some resonance structure. So effect, there are two types. One is electron withdrawing effect and second one is electron donating effect. After that, we will see preparation methods of aromatic amine. So various ways to prepare an aromatic amines. After that, reactions of aromatic amine. And lastly, we will see synthetic uses of aryl diazonium salt. Aromatic amines. So let's see the introduction part. So amines, basically, you might be knowing that aliphatic amines are and straight chain compounds, or we can say aromatic amine differs from an aliphatic that it contains an aromatic ring. So this course almost it contains aromatic structures in your syllabus, and in that we are looking to an aromatic amines now. So aromatic ring adjoined with an amines are said to be an aromatic amines. So these are the derivatives of aromatic hydrocarbons in which hydrogen of an benzene ring has been replaced by an amino group. So simply replacing an hydrogen or by substitution of an hydrogen atom of an benzene ring by an amino group. So this kind of an example it is of an amine, aromatic amine. The compound it is aniline having only one amino group, and it has been substituted by two more hydrogens, and that is why it is said to be an primary amine. So aromatic amines basically they can be categorized as an primary, secondary and tertiary. So already we have seen an example of an primary amine, that is aniline. So secondary amine example, that is N-methylamine. So why it is said to be an secondary? Because one of an hydrogen it has been replaced by a group, so it is said to be an secondary amine. So instead of hydrogen it is having an methyl group, so that is the reason why it is said to be an secondary amine. And third one, that is NN-dimethyl-aniline, it is called tertiary amine. And why it is tertiary? Because it is not having any type of an hydrogen atom on it, and instead of hydrogen atom it is all having a functional group around it, so it is said to be an tertiary amine. So by replacing an hydrogen with one it becomes secondary, and by replacing both the hydrogens on nitrogen it becomes a tertiary structures. So these are the three categories: primary, secondary and tertiary. We will see now some physical properties of aromatic amine. Aromatic amines in general are colorless liquid or solids having a characteristics odor which is not pleasant. They are highly toxic substances, and some of them are carcinogenic, cancer causing. And this property it is due to an reacting with an cells. So one of an class from an anti-cancer agent. It also contains an amino group which reacts with an cell, and this aromatic amines have mainly an amine group which can react with the cell or intercalate with an DNA, and due to which they can be an toxic substance or they are the toxic substances. In UV spectra, aniline shows two absorption maxima at 230 and 280 nanometer, and this is possible due to it is having an aromatic ring as well as an aniline. It is having an amino group which is chromophore in nature and which can absorb and UV spectra, and that is why it is showing and the aniline, actually benzenes are colorless, but aniline it is not a colorless compound. It is almost a little bit yellow in color, and this yellow in color or yellow color of an aniline, it is due to an chromophoric group present on it. So chromophoric, here the group chromophore, that is an amino group, so which makes that aromatic ring colorful, and due to which it has an color. And all the color compounds, they have absorptions in the region of an UV visible spectra, and that is why it shows spectra or absorption spectra UV region. And apart from that, conjugation in aromatic ring is also responsible for an absorption of an spectra, because here there can be seen two types of an transition. So one is N to a sigma star, that is due to an aniline, and pi to pi star transition, it is due to an aromatic ring. And aromatic ring means a double bond between an aromatic ring. So both this transition leads to an absorption in UV region. After that, in IR spectra, so from IR spectra one can understand that when it is showing and bands in 650 to 900, so it has been substituted. Apart from that substitution, this stretch, it is of an aromatic stretch of 650 to 900, and 1500 to 1640, it is due to an aromatic stretch, as well as an carbon-carbon, it is due to an carbon-carbon double bond present in an aromatic ring. Also, it gives and spectra in the region of 3400, and especially because when it comes to an tertiary, primary and secondary, so all these are having a different spectra in 3400, in the region of 3400 to 3000 almost centimeter inverse. But primary, secondary, they will give a different thing, while tertiary will give a different thing. A different thing means spectra, it splits over there, and whenever there is medium type of and sharp type of an absorption, so it is indicative in 3400, it is an primary amine basically. And in case of an NMR, here it is not given actually, the NMR spectra. In case of an NMR spectra, the aromatic ring, it will show in the region of almost 7, means from 6.5 delta values to 8.5 delta values. And this amino group, so it gives in a region around 3.5. Above 3.5, it does give the region, so it will give an singlet as well as an aromatic ring. So depending on what type of an substitution it is having, if it is only an amino, it will give an singlet of an 5 hydrogens. But if it has been substituted, so it can split the signal, what type of an spectrophotometer or what type of an frequency or hertz we are utilizing for an splitting pattern. So depending on that, it will give a spectra. So these are some properties of an aromatic amines. Now we will see the concept of basicity of an aromatic amines. The basicity of a compound is a measure of compound's ability to accept a proton. So as per there are three theories for an acid-base definition. So one of a theory, that is Lowry-Bronston theory. So it defines as an compounds which are base. So bases are such compounds which has an ability to accept a proton. And this aromatic amine has an ability to accept a proton, so they are said to be an basic, while acidics are distinguished about it, that they can donate a proton. So such kind of compounds are said to be an acids. So the structure of an aniline plus a proton. So when it reacts, its form and anilium ion. So due to this ability of an accepting an proton, the compound, it is said to be an basic in nature, and the compound accepts an proton. Now we'll see some compounds, what So what extent of an basicity does they have? So we will see and their values of an basicity. So the values, it is been denoted by KB, that is base measurement for an basicity of an compound, or strength of an basicity of an compound, that is KB. So the first structure, that is methylamine. So simple aliphatic compound having a value KB 4.4 into 10 raised to minus 4. After that, aniline. So whatever we are seeing now in this session, that is aromatic amine, having a value of basicity, that is 4.2 into 10 raised to minus 10. After that, paratoluidine, having an substitution at an para position of an CS3. The value of Kb, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 9. And after that, orthonitroaniline. So replacement of an nitro group at an ortho position. Replacement of an hydrogen by this nitro group. And the value, it is 5 into 10 raised to minus 15. So from this table, we can see that aliphatic amine, they are having quite higher values, and there are some reason behind it why it is having quite higher values. So we'll see what are the reasons actually after the resonating structures. Now we'll come towards an resonating structures of an aromatic amine. So we have taken one of an example of an aromatic amine, and based on that we will be discussing. In aromatic amines, a non-bonding electron pair is delocalized into a benzene ring by resonance. Hence aromatic amine are least basic than aliphatic amines, which does not show resonance, because there is no need for an aliphatic compound to show an resonance, as there is no delocalization of an electron pair. Here it is having an space for delocalization of an electron pair in the benzene ring. So that is why electron pair can be delocalized. And in case of an aliphatic, and that is why aromatic amines are least basic, because the charge, it has been distributed or it has been dispersed in a hybrid structure. And in case of an aliphatic amine, there is no resonance or charge cannot be delocalized, and that is why this aliphatic amine remains as a stronger or more basic compound than an aromatic amines. And beyond that, so whenever it comes to an basicity, so basic compounds are such compounds that they do have an negative charges on them. Higher the negative charge, more will be the basic compound, and they has an ability to donate an electrons. So here we have taken an example of an aniline. So aniline, it is having a lone pair on a nitrogen, and this non-bonding lone pair of a nitrogen, it will shift and it will create a resonance in the structure. So non-bonding electron on a nitrogen, now it will shift the electron towards carbon and nitrogen, and now it will form a double bond between this nitrogen and carbon. As soon as the bond, it has been formed between the carbon and nitrogen, the pi bond between ortho carbon and this first carbon, it will break. And pi bond, it is easy to break, so that is the reason why it breaks, and the sigma does not break. And all the time you will find that whenever there is a resonance in case of an aromatic ring, so there will be a delocalization of an electron with the help of this pi electrons or breaking of an pi bonds between carbon and carbon. So double head arrow, it indicates an resonating structure. Now it can be seen that this nitrogen, it has been formed an electron deficient center having an positive charge on it, and pi bond it has been formed, and shifting of an now pi bond towards an ortho carbon. Now it is having a negative charge. A negative charge carbon, it will again shift an electron towards a further carbon, and it will break the pi bond between meta carbon and para carbon. So this cycle will continue. After that, again the double head arrow showing and resonating structure. So now you can see there is formation of one more new bond over here, and this new bond, it is formed because electrons are being shifted newly between ortho and meta carbon, and the para carbon, it is having a negative charge because electrons were being shifted on the para carbon, so it is now having a negative charge. As soon as the para electrons, or the not para electrons but electrons on para carbon, so they will be delocalized between meta carbon and para carbon, so it will create one more new bond over here. But as soon as it happens, there will be breakage of a bond between these two carbons, meta and ortho, and this pi bond will break and shift the electron on an ortho carbon. It is having now a negative charge on that carbon, and again the cycle will continue. The electrons from this ortho carbon, now they will shift and form a pi bond between a carbon-carbon, and the double bond between nitrogen and carbon, it will break, and this double bond will be shifted again on electron deficient nitrogen, and now the structure, it will be similar for the end one as it was in the first instant. So these are the resonating structures of an aromatic amines, and we have seen an example, that is aniline. Now we'll see the concept that is resonance hybrid, and how electrons are being distributed on aromatic ring from a nitrogen. So when it comes to an nitrogen or an oxygen, it contains a non-bonding electron pair. In case of a nitrogen, we can see only one non-bonding electron pair. In case of an oxygen, we can see two non-bonding pair of an electron, and further on an halogen, we can see three non-bonding pair of an electron, and later on it becomes an octet, and noble gas element starts from over there. But now in case of an nitrogen, we can have a nitrogen has a non-bonding electron pair, and this non-bonding electron pair, it is responsible for an electron distribution on a benzene ring. And if we see the structure of a hybrid, so the non-bonding electron pair of a nitrogen, it will disperse that non-bonding electron and benzene ring, and is less available for a protonation. So here we can see it. Or nitrogen having one lone pair of an electron which is non-bonding, and it will be dispersed into an benzene ring. And for resonating structure shown double head arrow, and now this, so it can be understood by this way, that non-bonding electron pair, it has been dispersed, and now it is forming and partial bonds in between, and the pi bonds which are in the ring, so all they are equivalent, but now the charge it is been distributed. And also from this one can understand why that amino groups, when it comes to an aromatic amines, they are ortho para-directing, because whenever we come across an aromatic electrophilic substitution, all the time there is aromatic electrophilic substitution only in case of an aromatic substitution. So electrophile which has an positive charges, so they will come at an ortho position, because partially here you can see whenever the charge it has been distributed or been dispersed, or electrons are been dispersed by a nitrogen atom in the ring. So ortho positions and para position, they will have an negative charges, while adjacent to that instantly they should have an positive charges. Means meta should have an positive charges. So that is why all the time there will be an ortho para product. And this resonance hybrid, in case of a resonance hybrid, now electron density is less on nitrogen, because whatever the electrons they were been present, so they are been given into the ring, and that is why the electron density has been reduced on a nitrogen. We will come to one of an example, that is diphenylamine. So diphenyl name itself indicate that it is having two phenyl ring, and in between it is having an amine. So such kind of a structure it is having. Now we'll learn about and basicity of this diphenylamine. So one of an example I have taken. So from this it can be understood that why primary amines and secondary amines and tertiary amines, why they are weaker in the series. Means tertiary are more weaker than secondary and then primary. Means primary are most strongest bases compared to an tertiary in the series. And why it happens actually? So from this structure you can see that there are two phenyl rings to adjacent of a nitrogen, and diphenylamine is weaker base than aniline. So when it comes to an aniline, here it will be no phenyl ring, it will have an hydrogen over here, and now it is having one more phenyl ring, and these phenyl rings, they are negatively charged, or they will abstract an electron from a nitrogen atom and making less density on a nitrogen atom. So whatever we have seen in case of a resonance hybrid of an aniline, so it has a little bit more density of an electron on nitrogen, but here as there are two rings, so charge will be dispersed on the two rings, or it will be abstracted, the electrons will be abstracted from a nitrogen by both the rings equivalently, and that is why there is less number of an electrons, or we can say there is less density of an electrons available on nitrogen atom, and due to which the reason diphenylamines are weaker bases than anilines. And non-bonding electron pair on nitrogen is still less available and distributed over two phenyl ring, because phenyl ring, when it comes to a phenyl ring, so phenyl ring has a character that it is an electron withdrawing substituent, so it will withdraw an electron and will decrease the basicity of this nitrogen, as there is less lone pair of an electron available for unbonding. Now we'll see the next point, that is effects of substituents on basicity. So there are two types of substituents. One is electron withdrawing and second one is electron donating type of groups. So what kind of an effect does they show on basicity of an aromatic amines? So we'll see. So first one, that is electron withdrawing effect. So electron withdrawing group such as nitro, chloro, cyano, aldehyde, carboxylic acid on the ring lowers the electron density on nitrogen atom, making the electron pair less available for protonation. So the example like orthonitroaniline is even more weakly basic than aniline. So this is structure of an aniline and this one is structure of an orthonitroaniline. So electron withdrawing group, it withdraws an electron from a ring and which lowers an electron density on a nitrogen atom, making the electron pair less available for protonation, and due to which the electronegativity of an nitrogen atom becomes less, and such kind of an groups, such as we have taken an example, that is nitroaniline is weakly basic than an aniline. So electron withdrawing groups, they lowers the basicity of an aromatic amines. When the basicity it decreases, it means that the electron withdrawing capacity of an adjacent group or whatever the substituted group, so it is having an electron withdrawing effect, and due to which basicity it decreases. So compound to be more basic, it should have a negative charge, and once the electrons they are been abstracted by an substituent, it means that the negative charge on the primary, or we can say an aniline, it decreases, and due to which its basic character decreases. Now we'll move further, that is effect on substituents on basicity. So second type of an effect, that is electron donating effect. So such kind of an groups, they will increase an electron density on a nitrogen atom, making more electrons available for an protonation. So an electron donating group such as alkyl, methoxy and amino, so these are the some electron donating groups, and this donate an electrons or they releases an electron towards an ring, and due to which the electron density on nitrogen also increases. In the case of basicity, all the time it should happen that a negative charge should increase. And a negative charge should increase, it means that the density of an electron on a nitrogen atom, it should increase, and as soon as the density of an electron on a nitrogen atom increases, it will easily donate an electron, and the electrons are available for an protonation, and that is why the basicity of an compound does increases. Example of an paratolidine. So paratolidine is more basic than aniline, and it is due to the fact that this methyl group on a benzene ring, so it donates an electron towards a ring and increasing the electron density on this nitrogen, which increases the basicity of this paratolidine, and that is why aniline it is not been substituted by any other substituent or electron donating group. It is having only an amino at first position. But while this paratolidine substituted by an methyl, which is having an electron donating effect and which gives away an electron towards this ring, which increases the electron density on a nitrogen atom. So now we'll look towards the next point, that is preparation of an aromatic amines. So from nitrobenzene is reduced to amine by tin, So in case of a benzene and its derivative, we have seen how to synthesize a nitrobenzene. So nitrobenzene, it has been synthesized by benzene and nitrating mixture, that is concentrated HNO3 and H2SO4, and after that benzene ring, it has been substituted by a nitro group, and when nitrobenzene, it has been reduced, and this reduction, it is mainly done with tin and HCl, and there are some kinds of reduction like this nitro group can be also reduced by some other ways. So we will look what are the other ways also. And this nitro group, it has been reduced. So reduce, it means oxygen is been removed and hydrogen, it has been added. So reduction, it mainly it means that addition of an hydrogen or removal of an oxygen. So these both terms can be utilized for an reduction. So this is how aniline can be prepared. After that, second way of preparation of an aromatic amine, that is Hofmann degradation of an amides. So one of an rearrangement, that is Hofmann rearrangement. By this kind, we can prepare an amine from an amide. Heating of an aromatic amides with a mixture of bromine and alkali such as KOH or NOH forms an aromatic amine. So this is a structure of an benzamide, and when benzamide it is been heated with bromine and alkali, that is NOH, it forms an aniline. Now from this, it can be seen that this Hofmann degradation is such kind of an degradation. Why it is said to be an degradation and why it is not said to be an reduction justly? Because in case of an Hofmann degradation, you can see that one carbon, it becomes less in the end product, and that is why it is said to be an degradation. And amide, it has been degraded to an amine, but having one carbon less. And this carbon, it forms an CO2, and indication of this reaction, it can be understood with the help of removal of an CO2 from an reaction. Or the end point of an reaction can be understood when removal of an CO2 has been finished. So CO2 has been finished, it means that CO2 or this benzamide, it is converted to an aniline with the removal of this and CO and one O from this NOH. Next step or next method, preparation of an aromatic amine, that is reduction of an nitriles. So nitriles can be reduced by a strong reducing agent like hydrogen with a catalyst nickel. So that is not only a nickel, it is an Raney nickel. Or with an lithium aluminum hydroxide. So cyano or nitrile group, the structure, that is benzonitrile, it has been converted to an aniline. So this first that is hydrogen with a nickel. So in this case, high pressure reaction vessel, it has been utilized. Hydrogen, it is introduced with an benzonitrile, and nickel acts as an catalyst. So nickel, it means an Raney nickel. Raney nickel, it is an alloy of an nickel and aluminum. It is pyrophoric in nature, and this reaction, it is carried out in a pressure reaction vessel, and after that it forms an aniline or this cyano. It has been removed, and aniline or an amino group over here it has been formed, or either it can be also reduced by an lithium aluminum hydride. So hydride, it means H minus type of an molecule or atom. It has been given away by this lithium aluminum, and due to which cyano or nitrile it has been reduced and it forms an aniline. Next way to prepare an aromatic amine, that is reduction of an amides. So it is different from an Hofmann degradation. Amides are reduced by lithium aluminum hydride to yield amines. This is structure of an benzamide and lithium aluminum hydride, and it forms an benzylamine. So why it is different from an degradation of an Hofmann? In case of an Hofmann benzamide, it has been utilized, but the end product it is aniline. But here the end product it is an benzylamine. A carbon it has been written. In that case, a carbon it has been reduced. Carbon it has been removed, and instead of that, only amine group it remains at this first position. In this case, and this is a special type of an reduction where we can see an hydride ions. So this H minus ions are called hydride ions, and it is having a metal adjacent to it, and it is a strong metal. Aluminum it is a strong metal. That is why it is giving an minus hydride minus ions, H minus ion, and it can reduce this carbonyl. See, if we can see that carbon it is having an electronegative atom, that is oxygen, and oxygen it will always have a negative charge. It is actually a double bonded oxygen having a pi bond in between and one sigma bond. So all the time it will happen that oxygen it is an electronegative, and this will carry a negative charge while carbon will have a positive charge. So exact what this lithium aluminum hydride does, so it gives a negative type of an hydrogen which interact or which gives an electron towards an carbon and makes this electron deficient carbon electron rich, and afterwards or it satisfies the valency of a carbon, and afterwards the oxygen from this carbon it is been removed and it forms an benzylamine. Next method, preparation of an aromatic amines, that is from chlorobenzene. When chlorobenzene is heated with ammonia in presence of copper chloride, yields aniline, and it has been heated again in a high pressure reaction vessel at 220 degrees Celsius. So copper chloride it act as an just an intermediator or catalyst, and one more substance here it has been remaining, that is ammonia. The reaction it is carried in an ammonia in presence of an ammonia. So copper chloride it just acts as an intermediate or an catalyst, and after that aniline it has been formed. So ammonia it has been utilized in this reaction. After that, reactions of an aromatic amines. So the first reaction of an aromatic amines we will see, that is reaction with an acid chlorides. Aniline it reacts with acid chloride to form corresponding amides called anilides. The structure of aniline, and after that acetyl chloride, and these are kind of an vigorous reactions because acetyl chloride it is not very stable, and these are carried out in a special conditions, and after that acetanilide it forms. So such kind of an group it is said to be an anilide. After that, next method or next reaction, that is reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Aniline reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form N-phenylbenzene sulfonamide, the structure of an aniline, and it reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride and forms an N-phenylbenzene sulfonamide. So N-phenyl, this one is N-phenyl, and this sulfonamide bridge in between. So this sulfonamide, it is a type of an pharmacological compound, that is antibacterial properties does this sulfonamide has. After that reaction with benzaldehyde, so aniline, when it is been condensed with an benzaldehyde, it gives benzylidene aniline, and it is also called skip base. So aniline reacted with an benzaldehyde, the structure of an benzaldehyde, and structure of benzylidene aniline. And it is also called skip base. So this can be utilized for further reactions in lot many synthetic reactions. Skip base are being utilized. Next reaction, that is oxidation. So aniline undergoes oxidation with potassium dichromate to give para-benzoquinone. So aniline, when it has been reacted with potassium dichromate in presence of an sulfuric acid, so it will form an benzoquinone. So oxidation, it means addition of an oxygen and removal of an hydrogen. So both the things are simultaneously happening over here. So oxygen, it has been added, and hydrogen, it has been removed. So both the ends, they are been oxidized, and it forms an benzoquinone. Next reaction, that is sulfonation. So it is carried on heating with fuming sulfuric acid of an aniline, and aniline, it is been sulfonated, and we get a product, that is para-amino benzene sulfonic acid. So aniline with fuming H2SO4 and heated at a high temperature, that is 180 degree, and we get a product, that is para-amino benzene sulfonic acid. So at para position, having an sulfonic group, so said to be an sulfonic acid. After this, we will look synthetic uses of aryl diazonium salt. So diazonium, it has been prepared with sodium nitrate, and this diazonium salt, all the time it has been prepared at very low temperatures. So what are the synthetic uses of this aryl diazonium salt? So there are many synthetic uses of an aryl diazonium salt. So this double nitrogen, or N2, this kind of an structure, it is said to be an diazonium ion. So when it has been reacted with H3PO2, it forms an benzene. When it is reacted with copper chloride, it forms an aryl chloride. Alkyl, it has been substituted, or alkyl, it has been replaced in place of this N2, and not alkyl, sorry, halide, it has been replaced So here you can see the chlorine, it has been replaced, forming an nitrogen and copper chloride or copper halide. After reaction with copper bromide, bromine it has been replaced by this N2, forming an side product nitrogen gas again. When it has been heated with copper cyanide or copper nitrile, it forms an aryl cyanide. And when it has been reacted with potassium iodide, so it forms an aryl iodide. And when it has been heated with H2SO4 and water, it forms an phenol. So such kind of a reaction also we have seen in preparation of phenols. And last reaction, that is when it has been heated with tetrafluoroboric acid, it forms an aryl fluoride. So these are some synthetic uses of an aryl diazonium salt. Now we'll see uses of aromatic amines. Due to its amino properties, they are mainly used starting material for an azo-dyes. So dyes are in such compounds which are colorful in nature, and amino group, it is responsible, as we have discussed, that it is an chromophoric in nature. It imparts an color to an compound, and due to which they are mainly used for an azo-dyes preparation. Again, this property of an amino group, it is responsible for an antioxidant activity. Aromatic amines are widely used as precursor to pesticides and some pharmaceutical products also. So in case of many synthesis of pharmaceutical drugs, these aromatic amines are being utilized as in starting materials. Amines are also used in making artificial fibers. Apart from this, aromatic amines are used in detergent production, and it is due to its surfactant property of amines. Now coming towards drugs, or we can say derivatives of an aromatic amines. So there are some analgesic derivatives like morphine, Demerol are used as an analgesic, that are painkillers. So such kind of drugs, there are many drugs which contains an aromatic amine type of a nucleus, and which has been substituted by one more aromatic ring or by some heterocyclic ring adjacent to it. Novocaine is used as anesthetic. Ephedra is very common decongestant. Now let's see the summary of this session. So at the first instant we see introduction to aromatic amines, and aromatic means that benzene ring, it has been connected with an NH2, or we have particularly seen aniline in this category. So benzene ring having an amine substituted on it by replacing hydrogen. So there are three categories mainly: primary, secondary and tertiary. So the meaning of primary, it means that there are two hydrogens remaining on a nitrogen, and one it has been substituted. And secondary, it means two hydrogens they are been replaced and having some functional group around. And tertiary means all the three hydrogens they are been replaced in the nitrogen and it is surrounded within some functional group. After that, we see the concept of basicity, that amines are basic in nature and it is due to its ability to accept a proton. Aliphatic amines are more basic than aromatic amines. So the reason behind this, it is that aliphatic amine, it does not have an resonating structures, and in case of an aromatic amines, the electron, a pair of electron which is present on an amine or nitrogen, it has been delocalized into an benzene ring, and that is why there is less availability of an electron density, or electron density of a nitrogen, it decreases, because aliphatic amine, it contains an electrons all the time with it. After that, we seen that diphenylamines are less basic than aniline because it has two phenyl rings which shows electron withdrawing character. After we have seen there are two categories, that is electron withdrawing group which decreases the basicity, while electron donating group increases the basicity. After that, we have seen preparation of an aromatic amine. So there are 5 methods that we have seen in this session. So firstly, that is reduction with tin and HCl by using nitrobenzene. After that, benzamide. So benzamide, bromine, with the help of an bromine and NaOH. So such kind of a reaction, it is said to be an Hofmann degradation. After that, we have seen that benzonitrile. So it has been reduced with the help of H2 gas and nickel or lithium aluminium hydrate. After that, we have seen an benzamide. So exactly that is not a structure that is been forming from an benzamide. So it is CH2NH2, not an aniline. But here it is shown that after reducing, we get an aromatic amine from it. Carbonyl has been reduced. After that, we have seen that chlorobenzene, it has been replaced by NH2, and this reaction, it is carried at high temperature 220 degrees Celsius with the help of copper chloride. After that, we seen the reactions of an aniline. So aniline, when reacted with acetyl chloride, it forms acetanilide. Aniline, when it has been reacted with benzene sulfonyl chloride, so it forms N-phenyl benzene sulfonamide. Reaction with an benzaldehyde, it forms benzene leadine aniline. After that, oxidation with K2Cr2O7 and H2SO4 forms parabenzoquinone, and reaction with H2SO4 gives benzene sulfonic acid. So in summary, the last point we seen, that is uses of an aromatic amines. So in that, we have seen uses of an aryl diazonium salt. So aryl diazonium salt, it can be synthetically used for lot many things. So first one is, that is reaction with H3PO2, it forms an benzene. After that, replacing that diazonium with help of an halide, so it can be done for an chlorine by using copper chloride, and for bromine it can be done by using copper bromide, forming aryl bromide as a product. After that, using copper cyanide, giving cyanide as a product, or aryl nitrile as a product. After that, diazonium, it is replaced by an halogen of halogen like an iodine with the help of an potassium iodide. After that, diazonium, it is replaced with OH, that is forming an phenol with the help of H2SO4 and H2O when it has been heated. And after that, hydrofluoroboric acid, forming an aryl fluoride when it is diazonium salt, it has been heated.
So these are some synthetic uses of an aryl diazonium salt, and along with this we have seen the uses of an aromatic amines. So aromatic amines act as a precursor for lot many pharmaceuticals. Also they are utilized as an pesticides, and they also have as an antioxidant properties.